Coming up on RMU Live, it's October, which also means it's Breast Cancer Awareness Month. RMU Live's Morgan Torsha has the story on what RMU students are doing to get involved. Also, Hurricane Joaquin has created a lot of issues on land, but also a fair number at sea, and why Doctors Without Borders is scrambling in one small Afghan town.
Welcome back to RMU Live for Monday, October 5th, 2015. I'm Eddie Shee.
And I'm Delaney Hassel. Here's what's happening now. An RMU student is being accused of aiding a sexual assault suspect flee the country. According to the Allegheny County Sheriff's Office, 23-year-old Faisal Rajab of Moon Township helped Abdulaziz Sama escape the country to avoid prosecution. Sama is being charged with kidnapping a woman he met online in July, as well as sexual assault and other charges. Sama is not currently enrolled at Robert Morris. Rajab was an RMU student as of Friday, and his preliminary hearing will be held on October 13th at 9:30.
October is officially Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and people everywhere are showing their support in many different ways, including the students here at RMU. With more on this story is RMU Live's Morgan Torsha.
If you've noticed that the campus looks a little cheerier these past few days, it's due to all the ribbons tied everywhere by Zeta Tau Alpha in order to spread breast cancer awareness.
The members of the sorority Zeta Tau Alpha are huge advocates for breast cancer. Each year, all over the country, they hold over 500 events to raise funds and increase awareness between the collegiate and alumni chapters. They also man over 300 walks in communities nationwide to help gain recognition. In addition to that, they also partnered up with the NFL to hand out breast cancer awareness ribbons at each game.
I think it's great that RMU is really involved in breast cancer awareness. It's a good cause to be aware of, and I think it's good that we're helping.
I definitely think it's good that we recognize Breast Cancer Awareness Month, because I feel like without it, sometimes people forget, and it kind of just brings it as a reminder to everyone out there.
Honestly, I think breast cancer awareness is probably one of the best things that we can do. I personally have lost someone to breast cancer, and I also know people who have been affected. So the more people know about it, the more that we can do to work on ending breast cancer and then working on other cancers to end.
Becoming aware for breast cancer is extremely important so that you yourself are aware and you can become prepared just in case of anything. So doing self-checks is really important, and spreading the awareness to everybody is extremely important also.
Make sure you're on the lookout for these ribbons all month. Reporting from outside of Nicholson, I'm Morgan Torsha, RMU Century Media.
If you're looking for a way to get involved in support of Breast Cancer Awareness Month, the Zeta Tau Alpha sorority hosts an array of breast cancer fundraisers throughout the month and throughout the entire school year. Now, the Career Center is hosting its Fall Career Expo on Wednesday, October 7th from noon to 4 p.m. in the Sewell Center. Students will have their chance to meet representatives from local and national companies and organizations. The fair is open to all students and alumni, and the registration is free at the door, and professional dress is required.
We still have a few months before Dr. Christopher Howard takes over as the 8th university president, but he's doing anything but laying low while he prepares to transition to RMU. Howard has just been named one of the nation's most interesting college presidents by thebestschools.org. Howard's diverse background as a Rhodes Scholar, an Air Force veteran, and an All-American high school football player are just a few of the reasons why he was chosen as the number 10 on the list.
The Citadel will host a conference on October 8th through October 9th on the importance of extracurricular engagement for college students. The event, Creating a Culture of Engagement, the RMU Engaged in Service Learning Conference, will offer administrators, faculty, staff, and graduate students an opportunity to participate in workshops and panel discussions on engaged learning, service learning, and civic engagement. For the full schedule for the conference or to just learn more, visit rmu.edu/engagedconference.
Robert Morris is being joined by royalty today. Saudi Arabian Prince Abdulaziz bin Talal bin Abdulaziz Al Saud is speaking today in the Massey Gardens at 1:30 p.m. The prince will make remarks regarding Saudi Arabian business and culture. He will exchange gifts with university administrators and take a tour around certain parts of campus.
Now, here's some news that all college students love to hear. There's going to be free food this Friday, October 9th at the gazebo on campus for the first ever kebab cook-off. Students are also welcome to enter their own kebab recipes for a chance to win a $50 Amazon gift card. Sounds delicious.
And for everything you need to know about RMU news, sports, and arts and entertainment, be sure to check out rmucenturymedia.com.
Now coming up after the break, we have some news from around the world and across the United States, including the latest in a missing ship carrying almost 30 Americans.
And details about the attack on Doctors Without Borders in Afghanistan that happened over the weekend. Stay tuned.
Here is my handle and here is my spout.
When I get all steamed up, then I shout.
Tip me over and pour me out. Oh. The smallest moments can have the biggest impact on a child's life. Cheers. Take time to be a dad today.
Oh, look, a redhead.
Staring contest.
You still got it.
I know.
Come alive with the forest.
The dad was cute.
You were looking right at us.
Visit discovertheforest.org to find a forest near you.
The average text takes your eyes off the road for nearly 5 seconds.
The U.S. Coast Guard continued its intensive search and rescue operation Monday for a cargo ship with 33 crew members that went missing in the waters off the Bahamas during Hurricane Joaquin. CNN's John Chrysos has this full story.
Here at the Union Hall in Jacksonville, Florida, these families are holding on to hope and each other. They say the waiting and the uncertainty are very difficult, but they are still hopeful the Coast Guard will find this whole crew alive and well.
Not sure if you've been following the weather at all, but there is a hurricane out here and we are heading straight into it, Category 3. Last we checked, winds are super bad and seas are not great. Love to everyone.
This is the last time Maine mom Lori Bobbio says she heard from her daughter, 34-year-old Danielle Randolph from Rockland. An email last Tuesday as her cargo ship, the El Faro, made its way from Jacksonville to Puerto Rico. The ship never made it to its destination, and all communication was lost with the crew Thursday morning.
The blame that's to be done is on the hurricane, not the captain. The captain is looking out for his crew.
Now Bobbio waits with other families for answers here in Jacksonville, including another mother from Maine, Deb Roberts. Her son, 25-year-old Mike Holland, is also on the ship.
It's very difficult, but I have to tell you that it is so supportive to be with people that are going through the same thing that we are. That makes it, if you can even say that, a little less heart-wrenching.
She says she's also thankful for the support she's getting from back home in Maine, more than 1,300 miles away in Jay.
A lot of people have changed their profile picture to Mike's graduation picture, so when I open up my Facebook page, I see it's like it's all my post because it's my baby. It's a picture in there, so it's just been amazing.
The family say the most recent update was tough to hear. The Coast Guard confirming it's found a life jacket, an oil sheen, and a container, all appearing to be from the El Faro. In Jacksonville, Florida, I'm John Chrysos reporting. Now back to you.
Now, the worst of Hurricane Joaquin has passed, though the extent of the damage it caused has yet to be fully realized. Estimates, however, say it could cost hundreds of millions of dollars.
The FBI and the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms, and Explosives are warning about a non-specific threat of violence that was made against a university near Philadelphia. The threat was posted on a 4chan the day after the shooting in Oregon and praised the shooter as a fellow member of the Beta Rebellion. The message said, quote, "On October 5th at 1 p.m. Central Time, a fellow robot will take up arms at a university near Philadelphia," end quote. Many area schools sent out a notice to students and faculty about the threats, but are continuing to hold class.
3 Get-Go gas stations in the Pittsburgh area were evacuated early Monday due to bomb threats. The Get-Go's on East Carson Street on the south side, as well as the gas stations in Carnegie and Kennedy Township, received the threats shortly after 3 a.m. A police dog was brought in to search the south side location, but nothing was found. All 3 gas stations were cleared and reopened for business.
After months of delays over privacy concerns, Pittsburgh patrol officers are being fitted for body cameras. Using a $250,000 Justice Department grant, the city will buy 200 body cameras. Officers using the cameras while responding to shootings, domestic violence, and other emergency calls will be trained on privacy laws that prevent their use within homes and without the owner's permission. Previously, the city purchased 35 body cameras for motorcycle and bicycle officers.
The death toll continues to rise today to 22 after a U.S. airstrike destroyed a Doctors Without Borders hospital Saturday. With more on this story, here's CNN's Nick Robertson.
Now, Doctors Without Borders are not only saying that this could be a war crime, they're also saying they are disgusted with what the Afghan government is saying, that the Taliban were using the hospital compound as a base. They say that this implies that the US and Afghan forces decided, therefore, to hit the hospital, raise the hospital to the ground. Now, they say this is utterly contradictory to what the US has said, that the hospital may just have been collateral damage in a strike against Taliban nearby. They are calling, they say, for an independent, international, transparent inquiry. Now, US Secretary of Defense Ash Carter has said that he believes a US military inquiry investigation will be transparent and accountable.
As far as the United States is concerned, and as far as our forces are concerned, that we be full, transparent about our investigation, and also that we hold accountable if there is someone to be accountable.
Well, in Kunduz itself, the government says it's taking more control of the city. The governor is back in his office. The Taliban still have checkpoints on the main roads in and out of the city. However, medical supplies, international medical supplies, government medical supplies are being flown in, however, to help the residents of Kunduz. Nick Robertson, CNN, Kabul, Afghanistan.
U.S. and NATO officials promised a swift investigation into the strike.
The Nobel Peace Prize for Physiology or Medicine is being shared for innovative work done on parasitic diseases. William C. Campbell and Satoshi Omura discovered a new way of combating infections caused by roundworm parasites. And UU2 shares the prize for her finding of a therapy against malaria. The Nobel Committee said that this work had changed the lives of hundreds of millions of people who are affected by these diseases.
The new Trans-Pacific Partnership, or TPP as it's being called, will create a new economic bloc with reduced trade barriers between 12 nations involved. The deal was signed after 5 days of talks in Atlanta, Georgia, but has been under negotiation for the past 5 years. The deal between the U.S., Japan, and 10 other Pacific Rim countries will make trading easier and will cover a reported 40% of the world's economy. People are hoping that this will bring billions of dollars to the countries involved. Now, Delaney, there is a lot happening this week in sports, right?
I think so, but I'm not really sure. We should probably go to Ben to find out.
That's good. Ben, what's happening this week in sports? Can you tell us?
Coming up in sports, the postseason is coming back to Pittsburgh for the Pirates, and the Steelers will be seeing a change in their roster that could make all the difference.
Looking for these? You drive buzzed. It could be one very expensive ride.
First, you gotta make bail. Then pay me to get your car back.
Your insurance premiums will go through the roof.
And my legal fees just keep adding up. All told, it could end up costing you $10,000.
Buzzed, busted, and broke. Because buzz driving is drunk driving.
There's a shelter pet who wants to meet you. Meet one today. Visit theshelterpetproject.org. Adopt.
To Maddie, congrats on paying off all those student loans.
Finally, right?
How'd you manage that anyway?
I started tracking my spending, changed a couple of habits.
Wow, I'm kind of living paycheck to paycheck right now. I don't even know how I'm doing it.
Well, have you tried saving a little?
I want to, but where's that money gonna come from? Bill collectors, they're the worst. Am I right?
When it comes to financial stability, don't get left behind.
Not home.
Get tools and tips for saving at feedthepig.org.
Welcome back to RMU Live. I'm Ben Kelkis with the latest in sports. After Big Ben went down with his MCL sprain in Week 3, the cracks finally began to show in the Steelers' offense Thursday versus their arch-rival, the Baltimore Ravens. In typical Ravens-Steelers fashion, the game was a fight from start to finish. Ultimately, the game came down to the Steelers' second-half collapse, giving up 16 unanswered points, allowing the Ravens to shock Pittsburgh in overtime. Ultimately, there were many reasons for the Steelers' demise, between Josh Scobie, who missed 2 crucial field goals late in the fourth quarter, and 2 questionable calls on 4th down and short by coach Mike Tomlin, leading to a pair of turnover on downs in Ravens territory. Ravens kicker Justin Tucker booted the game-winning field goal from 52 yards to defeat the hometown Steelers 23-20. The Steelers cut Scobie and replaced him with Chris Boswell after another disappointing performance. The Steelers look to rebound next Monday in San Diego. Elsewhere in the NFL, Drew Brees threw his 400th career touchdown pass Saturday night. The pass gave the Saints a 26-20 win over the Dallas Cowboys. In the MLB, the Pirates were able to bounce back after their disappointing series that allowed the Cardinals to take first in the NL standings. The Bucs started Bucktober strong, going 2-1 against the Reds this past weekend and claimed home field advantage for the wild card playoff with the Chicago Cubs. The win on Sunday clinched home field advantage for the Bucs, who have won 65% of their games at PNC Park this season. The game will feature 2 of the best pitching aces in the major leagues, with Garrett Cole taking the mound for the Pirates and Jake Arrieta pitching for the Cubs. While the Pirates were unable to claim the NL Central Division title, they won 98 games, which is the most since 1991, and they still have the second best record in the major league. That's all the time we have for sports. I'm Ben Kelkis. Now here's Leah with the weather.
Thanks so much, Ben. Now, despite a chilly weekend, we're going to see temperatures continue to rise. 72, super comfortable today. Mostly sunny, the occasional cloud, but we'll see a lot of sun. Tonight's low is going to go down to 51, so you need a jacket, but not too chilly for October. Now, for tomorrow, it's going to get even warmer. It's going to be 76, partly sunny. And we are going to have a low of 55, so kind of a little bit warmer than usual, but not too much. This time in October, you usually see temperatures in the upper 60s, low 70s, so pretty standard as far as that goes. Wednesday, wild card game for the Pirates. If you're heading out to PNC Park, you're going to see really nice temperatures. Going to get a little chilly at night, and the game is at 8 o'clock, so it might be closer to the low. Thursday is 73 with a low of 57. Friday, chance of storms 90%, so make sure you watch out for that. It's going to be 64, and then we're going to drop into like the lower 60s on Sunday, bring it Saturday, and bring it back up on Sunday. Should be very mild during the day. You know, short sleeves, might want to keep a jacket around in case you go at night. Friday, we're going to see rain, but outside of that, it's going to be all clouds and sun. And like I said, beautiful weather for the ballpark as far as Wednesday goes. And that's all that we have time for in weather today. Eddie and Delaney, you enjoying the warmer temperatures or back, or do you like the cold?
Thank you, Leah. I personally am a big fan of the warm.
No, I want it fall. I want fall weather. I want cold. I want to wear boots. But
fall
that's
weather.
all the time we have for Army Live this afternoon.
We'll see you next time.